Howdy everyone, this is Ellen Weatherholt, curator of the Children's Discovery Garden here at Tulsa Botanic. I'm going to run you through a few more of the plants we have this weekend for the plant sale. So members shopping starts today. So if you want first pick of all this great stuff, sign up your membership right now. So first plant I've got here is the candy corn vine. And you can see the beautiful little candy corn flowers. This one actually is a tropical, so you can bring it out in the summer, but take it back in the winter. They are just the cutest little plant, and we have several of those. This is a lavender plant called Endowac, and this one is marginally hardy, so you'll need to put it in a protected area over the winter so that it can flourish again in the spring. And then this actually, it looks a little bit ratty-tatty, but these are divisions from our very own Canna's peach butterflies, peach butterflies, and this was dug from the Tandy Floral Terraces this fall. So they are recently divided, they multiply happily, they'll take just about anything from soggy to dry. It is a beautiful plant, we have lots, they're right from our gardens. This is an obedient plant. You can see these beautiful flowers. They call it obedient plant because when you move the flowers, they stay put. But it is also another plant that spreads happily and will fill up a spot in your garden for sure. This is Hibiscus daisy calyx. We have a few of these outside the children's garden and a really nice one right by the visitor center. They have about saucer-sized blooms that are white with a nice dark center, and they're a very hardy plant. They look great, they grow great, they're not too aggressive, and it's also a conservation plant for us that we collect seeds from and distribute to help increase its reach here in Oklahoma. And then this is another plant that we have in the children's garden. This one is on one of our fence panels. It's called Lanissar or honeysuckle mint crisp. As you can see, it has these really cute little leaves, that nice variegation, and that variegation stays on the leaf from the time it emerges till it falls off in the fall. It's a really pretty plant and good for hummingbirds. And then this one, you might say, what is this mess? Well, this is one of my favorite honeysuckles. It is actually a winter bloomer, and it is very fragrant. So this has got an appropriate name, Lanissar Fragrantissima, and it blooms starting at the beginning of January and really turns on in February. When it's cold outside, it has teeny tiny little white blooms, but it smells so good. So to me, it smells like maybe like citrus, lemony, but to other people, it smells like candy, it smells like this, smells like that. So we have lots in the children's garden. We're gonna plant a lot more, and these are just some of our divisions that we have extra. So get them while you can. They're a great plant. Very tough. It's a very tough plant. So now we're gonna move on to our bulbs. So I talked to our bulb supplier, and we have 2 bulbs that are not gonna be until October, but we are getting them. Definitely still order them, but you will get a separate email telling you when to come pick them up because they are still on a boat from Holland. So they are making their way over. They're not here yet, but we have most of them. So these are 2 lilies that I'm going to plant in my summer display next year. And you're like, what do you mean you're putting bulbs in your summer display? Well, these bulbs are some of the later blooming bulbs, and we are going to experiment with them in our display and see how it works. So you'll have to come see our garden next year to see these lilies. These ice berries are a beautiful pink with like a pale yellow center. And as you can see, the bulbs are nice and big. This is about as big as these Asiatic lily bulbs get. So these are a great size. They'll bloom the first year. They get about 3 to 4 feet tall, and they will multiply happily as long as you keep giving them sunshine and water. And then we have these kingdom lily bulbs. They are also an Asiatic lily. This one is just like a pure white. There aren't any freckles or anything. It's just pure white with brown stamens. That will also be in our children's garden display. And then Shuberty Eye is one of my favorites. These are actually about 1 foot to 16 inches tall, the actual bloom spike. And as you can see, these blooms kind of happen at different levels out from the surface, from the like bloom center. And when they're finished, I really like the way that the seed heads look. So for me, it's great when it blooms, but also in the garden for a few months, I just love the crazy little seed heads that it leaves. I really love that aspect of the plant. And these are also perennials. All of these bulbs here are perennials, and they will come back every year. So we will end up planting these in our permanent display after the summer is over. And next we have Allium Hair. And as you can see, these bulbs are getting pretty small, but they still pack a punch. So some of these alliums are quite big, and some of them are quite small. So the hair allium is a really fun one, and it gets little herbaceous shoots coming off of the flower head, and it's a beautiful effect. So we're excited for a little bit of whimsy in our display with that. And the Neapolitanum are real cute. They're about a foot high. They're one of the earlier bloomers, and we can't wait to see them in the spring. So that's our plant sale lineup for today. If you're not a member, join soon, get some of these plants, and take them home. Thank you.